Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Night Warfare, brought to you by the Armchair Dragoons. It is a pleasure to be with you. It is, what's the time? It is 1905. It just switched. 1905 on the 8th of November, 2023, and we are gathered here again to play some Rommel. We had a good time with it last week here at the second Battle of Targu Frumos. Again, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that horribly. Actually, I gotta bring Destructed on this. He's not... Although, Chrono, am I wrong? Do you occasionally reenact Eastern Front stuff?
Not for a very long time, but I did briefly.
All right. How would you pronounce Targu Frumos? Don't say Targu.
No idea.
Okay. I don't know. I try to call in the experts, and I try not to offend those who might actually live there. I believe I have told this crew that one of the strangest responses I've ever received to any of my videos, I was taking video from the Buchberg looking down at the village of Teugen as part of the Battle of Teugenhausen, and somebody posted to the video, "Why are you taking a picture of my yard?" I said, "Sir, that was not my intention in any way. I can assure you." So there it is. We have three players coming back, as you've already heard. We have Chrono, we have Joe, and we have... Wait a minute. Where did you park yourself? Oh, you're over there. And we have Robert. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Good evening.
And we have a new shooter, because our guy, Achilles, who we certainly wish well, cannot be with us tonight to pick up his role working for the Soviets. So instead, we have brought in to assist Andrew. Good evening.
Good evening.
And, yep, Has, no doubt about it, you're first. There it is.
Just because I'm playing.
Yeah, right. He heard Robert was going to be here, so he felt it super important that he should be first. All right. When last we left our intrepid explorers, it was the Russian turn, the Soviet turn, which means Chrono's going to have a little bit of a challenge here because he doesn't have Achilles suicide. But have you both created chats? Have you created chats?
I've created a team.
All right, that would be perfect. So, Andrew, if you can join that team, just so that maybe you can share a thought or two that isn't out in the clear in front of the brave Germans over there, and we'll go. So, Andrew, we're just going to walk through the turn like we always would. The first phase of every turn in Rommel is taking a look at this ops file, which I hope you can see through the box, Robert or Andrew. You can see that.
Yep.
Cool. And Chrono has to make a choice. You'll notice, that, and I'm not going to say anything, but you see that there. See what there's something going on there, Andrew, that you should be aware of. Yep. And then he's got these dice that are laid out on the different things. So every turn he's got a choice. Is he going to roll 6 dice and leave these things as they are, or clear the table, except for this one here, because it's permanent. You can only do it once per turn, or once per game. And then going to roll only 3. So, Chrono, how many are you going to roll?
I'm going to roll 6 this turn.
He's going to roll 6, and so he's going to roll 6 dice, Andrew, and every one he rolls is bad.
I
He rolled
9.
no 1s. Congratulations.
Good start.
So I've given him 6 more dice, and he's now going to take a look at them, and he can use them to feed ops. But the first thing we're going to do is untip. So let's go around and untip all the Soviets.
Tipping. I've done with an angle.
Tipping being a clear indication of having done something last turn.
For you, that would be these guys up here.
Yeah, you've got these guys, Andrew. You're going to turn them straight. Just give them a... Perfect. Yeah, just sit them to the side there, because you can put up to 3 items in every square. And as you can see, you have 3. 3, 3, 3. Help you with that. Perfect. So everything, as I look over the battlefield, is untipped. Your next decision, Chrono. Do you want to use any road movement?
I thought we were going to...
Oh, of course. You do events first. Are there any magical events? And Andrew, you can see what those events are looking here at the left. Exactly. As I said before, the ones that are marked with a blue tab at the left, you can only do those once, so this one is not available. But you can do events throughout the turn. So, Chrono, do you wish to pick any events?
I think I will.
Well, what are you going to pick?
I'm going to get reorganized armor.
Ah, very fine one indeed. You are spending 2 dice to do it. Which armor are you going to reorganize?
I think I'm going to reorganize one of these T-34s up here.
All right, and Andrew, if you take a look at that guy, you'll see he's got a combat value of 3-2. Those are combat steps. He has lost one of his 3. His first one, obviously, or I suppose not obviously, but logically, is a 4. So because you have played that, I get to give him that back. That is done for the cost of 2 dice. Anything else?
That is all the events I want to do.
All right, the next thing we will do then is, do you want to do any road movement?
At this point, I do not wish to do any road movement.
All right, that means we head off into tactical phases. Tactical phases are easily the biggest part of the game. Chrono's going to pay a die. I'm going to swipe one from him. Oh, it's taken. I snitched it. And now you can move literally everybody on the board. Most things move 1. They can move orthogonally or diagonally. The only limit is you cannot move diagonally between 2 enemy units. So let us imagine that there was an enemy unit here in this town.
There is.
Oh, wait, there is. I need not imagine. No, without a special action, no Russian unit could pass from here to here. It's otherwise pretty free. So, Chrono, why don't you start the ball rolling so that maybe Andrew can get a watch of it real quick?
Okay. I'm going to start over here with the 93rd Guards Rifle Division.
Okay, where are they hanging out? Sorry.
They are going to move from here
Uh-huh.
into this wooded area.
That lovely wood. They're moving into that wood. So they moved 1. There it is. Who else might you like to move?
I'm going to move these 2.
Uh-huh.
And then, let's see. I'm going to shift this guy up there to join him.
Very good.
And these 2 guys are going to pull back here.
Now you'll notice that Chrono is unsurprisingly avoiding these minefields. These are minefields that are unfriendly to both sides. Anyone entering them has to roll a 6 or a d6, and on a 6, they lose 1 of their steps.
Okay.
Other moves, Chrono?
Let's see. Let me look down here with the 2 second and see if I want to do anything with the 2 second.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Marky. Hey, Tom. Good to see you, gentlemen.
We shift the... Oh, sorry.
No, please, go ahead.
We shift the 206 up here into this marshy area, and they will have to stop.
All right.
Which they actually do anyway, because they're leg infantry, but, you know. Then we'll shift them left, and we'll move up. Like that.
All right.
And let's see. Over here. We're going to send this whole group into this section.
Into that built-up area, but it's not a town.
And we'll shift the rest of the... Well, I can't, because they may have to retreat. But we will leave them where they are.
All right. Is that everybody?
That is all of the thing I want to do.
All right. So, Andrew, a couple things to think about. Artillery, you will notice that your 76mm guns back here, they have a range of 8. They don't care about line of sight, etc. So, I mean, you know...
He only has the Katyushas. You don't have any 76s attached.
Oh, no. So, you've got... well, thinking about artillery generally as you move forward in the game, you really don't need to worry about moving it all that much. Because, frankly, it's got range more than sufficient to reach. So, if, let's say this were something you could call upon, it would, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see just how far you could reach, i.e., vary.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
Yeah, and like I say, those are Chrono's boys anyway. But you do have these Katyushas, and these are a little different because they only have a range of 4. Now, they're well in range of all these saucy Germans that are straight ahead of you, so you don't necessarily need to move them. But so that's one. That's just one of the things I wanted to point out. Who might you like to move? Oh, I should mark. We're gonna have a battle here.
What does the woods do to me as armor?
It's bad. It.
Let me see.
If
There's
you
a
take,
reference chart.
yeah, if you are attack, here we go. Vulnerable. Attack armor in non-open is vulnerable, which means its combat value is halved.
Armor can't, however, move 2 in the open, so you could, in theory, go 1, 2.
Yes.
You will not be able to attack, but you would then move over here.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could attack these guys, which that might not be a great idea because they're a bit fresher than you are. So I think the combat power would be a little dicier. But all your armor can move 2. Your infantry, these guys are red flags, can only move 1.
Who owns the 3rd Yard tank corps?
That's
You
you.
do. You have basically all of this.
All right, I'm going to move. And these guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All very good.
I'm going to move these guys up too.
Okay. Do you want them to be in that square, or do you want them to be the square?
Yeah, I
behind?
want them all to be in that square. I got to move them.
Yep, that's cool.
Any suggestions what to do with these guys, Chrono?
You could still do that 1-2 movement because you can overstack if you're moving through. So you could try and loop around here to get into the backfield. You can also shift right because I'm hoping to be able to punch these guys out here, which would then potentially open up movement this direction for them later on.
Could I attack the Panzer IV 24th Panzer Division in the back row?
You'd have not with the movement you have, because this reduces your movement down to 1, so you couldn't go 1, 2, and this would take you both of your moves to get there.
All right, well, let's do that.
You have to stop at the trees.
No, if he can go.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Got it. I see what he's doing. Never mind. Sorry, he just did it directly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't be
problem.
sorry. It's my fault, not yours. There we go.
All right, that's everything.
All right. Was that the only battle we saw, Crowdo? Or did you?
That was the only battle we have started.
All right. So, is this you, Robert, or is this you?
Oh, that's me.
All right,
That's
that's
me.
Joe. Cool. So, Andrew, real quick, just to go through it, each of your units has a value. In this case, it's a 4 for that guy, for the Pioneer. It's a 2 for the 206, so it's a 4 and a 2. That's a 6. And then finally, it's a 9. So this is a total starting out of 9. And they're attacking these two guys who have a 4 and a 2. So that's a total of 6. So it's 9-6 right as we start off. There are some very simple modifiers. First thing we check is if anybody is vulnerable, and nobody is. And then we check if there are any shifts. They're not flanking. There are not multiple elements involved. That is not urban. That is not an urban environment. And there is no tank shock. The urban environments are those that have the bases. So,
Okay.
Yes?
No, I just said okay.
Oh, cool. Thanks. So it's 9-6. The next thing we do is I ask the attacker first, in this case Chrono, do you wish to throw in any artillery?
Yes, I'm going to throw in the 152 Army support here.
All right. Usually, you have to go with the support for your own unit. The 152, as Chrono suggests, is army level. So we tip it. And we say instead of 9 to 6, we find out it is 13 to 6 because it has a barrage of 4. 13 to 6.
We'll also throw in their organic 76, which belongs to their division, so it can support them.
13 to 6. Now it is 15 to 6. Unpleasant. 15 to 6. Joe, do you have any artillery you want to throw in?
Yeah, we'll throw in the Vespa.
All right, that Vespa's coming in, and it's core support, so you can do that. Now it is 13 to 9. 13 to 9. So that's all the artillery he's going to throw in. 13 to 9. The next thing we say to both Chrono and to Joe is to take a look at your sheet. On your sheet, you have tactics, both assault and defense. Assault is over here, or offensive, and then over here is defensive. We privately, quietly, sneakily choose to place dice on those and then reveal them simultaneously against our foes. So I say to you both, take a look and see if you have any tactics you want to use. And if I didn't say so, hey, OJ.
We'll go with that one.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Joe, you set?
Yep.
Did you bring any out, Joe?
I did. Attack broken up.
Ooh. One attacking unit of, who's it? It's the active choice, so in this case that would be Chrono. But what'd you bring, Chrono?
I brought reserve artillery.
And reserve artillery...
Give me a shift up in the first tactical phase of the turn.
All right, so which one of these guys, Chrono, ain't coming to the party?
Let's see. We'll pull the 2-3 out here.
They go back to whence they came. All right, so it was 13 to 9. This drops it because
15.
you lost.
It was
15 to 9. 15 to 9. This drops it to. That's what I was thinking. It is 13 to 9 now. But Chrono, you got to shift up. So it is 13 to 9 with the 13 getting a shift up. What does that mean for Andrew? And I can see he's looking, which is great. They're both going to roll a d6, and they're going to...
Hold on. I think the count for the defender's wrong.
Why so?
It shouldn't it be 13 to 10? 4, 2 plus 3.
That's 9.
That's 9.
9. Am I counting? Oh shoot. Okay, yeah. Math is hard. All right.
I agree.
That's all good. We all have fallen, stumbled and fallen short of the glory of the Lord.
Yep. Sorry.
No worries.
Good.
13 to 9. 13 gets a shift up. And so what they're going to do, Andrew, is they're each going to roll a die, and we're going to cross-reference that die with the score. We'll show you how that works. So, gentlemen, 1d6 each, please.
5.
Ooh, a 6. Joe, bro, we'll start with Joe's 6. 6, and he had a 9. We look up and we see 1, 2, the highest number's an 8. He has done 3 hits. That's nasty. But Chrono had 5. He had 13. Also 3 hits. So it's 3 and 3. But will you let me tell the man a story?
Oh, fine.
I'm telling a story here.
Okay.
He had 3 hits, but he had that shift up we talked about.
Right.
It becomes 4. 4 to 3. Ooh, a bloody fight. Let's see how many steps we have here. 3.
Let's do them all.
Is that all of them?
That's
all
all
right.
of them.
What you can do. Oh no, these are both leg, aren't they? Yeah.
The other leg.
They can't evade.
They're motorized. They could evade, which means they have to take a hit and then
Leave.
they have to take at least 1 hit, but they have to leave.
Yeah. But unfortunately, they don't have, so they're dead. And Chrono now takes 3 on those guys. So, what do they got? It's even Stevens. So this guy takes 1.
Yep. And then the Pioneer takes 1.
And now it's up to you.
And I'll take 1 off the 4 bloody infantry. That's their job.
That's what they do.
Oh, at least we made him pay.
You sure did. And they come in there, and this flips. All right, so that's how a round of combat goes, but we're not done, at least not necessarily. I then say to Chrono, would you like to have another operations phase? This would cost him 2 dice, not 1.
Oh, I'm tempted.
That is not saying this. That is not the same thing as saying you're going to have one.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it. I will not do one at this time.
All right. Well, at this point, we take a look and we see what the victory conditions are. And the game is a standard game of 16 moves. The Soviets need to be holding 4 or more objectives at the end of what we would call turn 8. Turn 8. How many do they have? 1, 2, 3. 3? Am I right?
It is 3 at this point.
3. Not yet the 4th. So there it is. This then takes us to the bottom of turn 5. And I say to the commander of the German forces, Robert, do you want, or who's commanding? Was it you, Robert? Or was it Joe?
No, it was Joe.
All right, Joe. So I say to you, Joe, look at the board. Do you want to wipe it or roll 6 dice?
Robert, what do you need? Do you need a lot of moves?
We need a lot of dice, is what we need.
Okay, we're going to roll 6 dice.
Rolling 6 dice. Here they come.
Good luck to us.
Oh,
no.
no.
A bitter blow.
Oh.
A bitter blow.
Okay.
There it was. Do you wish to have any events? Oh, first let's untip. Let's look around and
No.
untip. I know that Vespa. That's it. By the look of it.
Yeah.
All right. That having been done, any events?
Where's the white flag?
Funny.
Any ones you want? I mean, we only got X number of dice here.
I know. I don't think anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
All right.
So let's pay our dice for the tactical.
Any? Well, first of all, no road movement, I assume.
Robert, you need any? I don't think so. But...
No.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, 1 die comes out for the tack. You have
Yep.
a tactical move. Away you go.
You've got. I'm pretty static where I am, so go ahead and take the lead.
3.
What is that sitting on? Oh, it's a tank. And obviously, you know, Joe, you can do your movement simultaneously.
Yeah.
It's there. That's 1.
Suddenly there are tanks heading over that way. Suddenly there are guys on hilltops again. Anybody got further movement?
Yes.
Continue then, please. Please.
I'm just checking values here before
Sure.
I move.
Of course.
I dropped a couple of messages for you in team chat, Andrew.
Okay.
Ah! Hey,
Yeah.
don't take my guys.
Holy cow! What's going on?
I
Okay.
hit the wrong buttons.
Stop. I fix. There you go.
Okay, these guys are not going there. They're going here.
Are we to fight in there?
Yeah, they were coming from this hill.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where they were coming from. Very good.
Yeah, I just pushed the wrong button and everything went everywhere.
Where were those?
All right.
Those guys too, right?
No,
This guy,
no. Those are
this
his.
guy was here. Those
Oh,
guys
this
are
guy's
chilling.
there. Oh,
over
okay.
there.
It's hard to tell the difference. So from on
On high.
yes. You want to throw a tank in here?
Do you want a tank?
Well, I mean, I could always use armor support. That's not a town,
Correct.
That is correct.
so
They would have armor shock.
yeah.
But we're gonna have a shift because they're two different groups, correct?
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, that would be correct. That would be the different elements mentioned earlier.
There you go.
But you do. You'll both have shifts, basically.
Well, no, the chips are going to be on. Let me double check how that works.
No, you're gonna get armor shock though.
I'm shifted down because of tank shock, and then they'll be shifted down because there's
Yeah.
multiple elements. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And you might want to look at finding support here because you got guys in the woods right here.
Okay.
You have sneaky Russians over there.
Very sneaky.
All right, we'll pull one back. I mean, I've already got 2 there. I can only put 3.
Right.
All right. So that's not a fight. Just one fight. Am I right?
It looks like it.
Okay.
Try to take this little. I'm gonna call it a village, hamlet.
A hamlet.
Yeah.
The attackers, they're at a 3. They're at a 7. A 7. And then they joined in with a tank, who has makes it an 11. Ooh, an 11. They are being met by 4.
5.
Yeah, you got a 2 there, don't you? No, they're combat. Yeah, they're at a 2 because they're defending. Right. 5. Yeah. 11 to 5. 11 to 5 with a downshift each way.
Yep.
We begin. Any artillery for the Germans?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in the 105s right here.
Yep. So instead of 11 to 5, it's 14 to 5.
Yep.
How about you, Chrono?
None of my guns are available.
All right, so it's 14 to 5, 2 downshifts, 1 each way. Go to your boards, please. Just choose any.
I think they are going to get a flank bonus.
Oh yeah.
Unless this counts as being a Zoc, but let me double check how that works. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's a good point. That'll be definitely spoken like a gentleman on that.
Which way did he come in from? From the hill? Yeah.
He came off the hill and he came up there. I'm pretty sure at the flank,
I
but
went the other way. Yeah.
let me double check that though, just to make sure I'm remembering correctly.
Mm-hmm.
In both these criteria, the attacking from different squares are not adjacent to each other. At least one attacking unit is coming from a square that is an only one enemy Zoc.
Yeah, well, that's at least one attacking unit, and so this guy here was not an enemy Zoc anyway.
Didn't this guy generate a Zoc?
No. Coming from. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. At least one attacking unit is coming from a square that is in only one enemy Zoc. Well,
yeah,
1.
Yep, meets the criteria.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds good.
So they get shift up, which negates their downshift.
Yep. Yep. We'll take it.
You might want to play.
Do some points. No, he doesn't. This counts as a Zoc.
Oh, these guys generate one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The example on the on page 37
be-
is clear on that, because they point out that there's no way for anybody to get B, and it's the exact same situation for.
Can you point to me which just for learning purposes?
Sure.
Which
These
one?
What that rule is trying to say, you're not allowed to come from a hex that is in more than one enemy Zoc. It is presumed you're coming from this hex,
Yeah.
square. This unit is throwing Zoc into that hex, so
And
that's
this unit's
one.
also throwing it.
That unit is also doing it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why.
If you came if you hadn't enough movement to go 1, 2, you wouldn't have been able to. But if you started like here and gone 1, 2, that would have been a flank.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Very good.
Yep. Makes sense.
Got your are you done looking at tactics?
Let's see. Yes, done.
All right, you're the attacker. What did you pick? What did you pick, Joe? Anything?
Nothing.
How about you, Chrono?
I also picked nothing.
All right, boldly done, I guess. So we said 11 to 5, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
11 to
Downshifts all
5,
around.
both getting a downshift.
Three.
Start with the 3, I guess. 11, so that picks up 2, but it drops to 1. And a 5, 3 drops to 0. Oh, to
No,
5,
I-
it drops to 3, so that's 1. 1 apiece.
Okay.
I think it has to go on the Pioneers because they're stronger.
Yep. And it's up to you who gets it here, Joe.
Yeah, because they're all as fresh as everyone
Yep,
else. They're all fresh.
equal.
No, except
No,
this
they're not.
guy.
Oh yeah, so it's got to be either this infantry unit or the tank.
I'll take the infantry unit.
Not a shock, no pun. So we
I'm
gotta.
sticking it out. I'm gonna stick it out.
He's gonna
surprising
stick
no
it
one.
out. I figured. So both you guys step back and kick.
At this point, you're using that rule. It says you can spend ops to untip. Do you wish to do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
so I could. Sorry, go ahead.
just what you. Yeah, you could spend an op to untip this guy, untip that guy, untip that guy, but one each.
One each. And if they're tipped in combat, that means what?
Half value. They are vulnerable.
I really don't want to spend the command points.
Choices.
Yeah, I know.
That was me looking at my tactics board going, do I really want to spend anything on the site?
Yeah, same. Okay, we're going to... You know what? We're just going to stick it out. We're not going to tip.
All right.
Too expensive.
That was the only fight. Do you wish to have another tactics phase?
Robert, you want another tactics phase? You can go. You could attack this victory objective again, I guess.
Hey, Turk.
Yeah, but all I've got is 4.
It would be 4 to 4. You'd have an upshift for tank shock.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You tell me.
Up to me.
You're
Yeah.
you're in command.
Um. Yeah, I would do it. I'd counterattack.
Okay.
All right, that's 2 of your dice. Have confiscated.
Okay.
Make some moves.
Oh, you're only going to attack with the 24th.
Well,
The,
what else? I gotta
the
take.
sun. These move too, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah. And
They're also
down-
they're also very beat up. They're also very-
Okay. Well, that's fair. Hmm.
You know what?
He can actually do that because he can go on the angle.
he does tip when he moves out though,
Yep.
because it's soft ground.
Right. What else we got? Anything else? We good?
And
Go ahead,
See?
Robert.
these guys went from here. They were here, right?
Yep.
They went here to here.
Oh, you want to put them in the same square? Okay, that makes.
Okay, it's still not a flank. Because to get a...
I realize that. It's if I have to. No, he can't attack because he's.
Oh, he's...
Tipped.
Oh, okay.
If I have to fall back, then he can fall back here, not here.
Yeah, true.
Oh, because you always fall back in the square you came from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not well. Yeah, basically, yeah. There are some exceptions, but yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, only one fight. 4-4, right? 4-4. 4 shows a downshift. Artillery from the Germans.
Vespa.
Vespa kicks in. 7-4. 4 shows a downshift. Any artillery from the Soviets.
I have none.
So it's 7-4. Go to the boards. All set?
Yeah.
Good.
Bring anything, Robert.
Nope.
Bring anything, Chrono.
I did not.
7-4. 4 with a downshift.
Ooh, it's probably nothing.
Oh, there's a
Ooh.
good
Probably a lot.
7 is 2.
That
Missed it
might
by
think
1.
I think it'll wipe me out.
And yeah, it will. Because that's all
And
you had.
he gets tank shock, right? Oh, because
That's
it was
yeah,
downshift.
he gets a downshift.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
And he rolled.
I missed entirely. I rolled
and
2.
he hit nothing. So
Okay.
you've got to lose the 2 steps. I think that's what you have.
Yep.
Okay. In you go. And you do not tip because you won. Well, that was a gamble and it certainly paid off. Look at that. At least gave him something to think about.
Yeah.
I think that should be it. Obviously, we have no victory conditions yet. We'll just have to see. This takes us to what normal folks call turn 6. Turn 6. Chrono. Roll it or erase it?
I'm taking everything.
Rolling it. Gets them all again.
Jeez.
Yay.
Nice. Tipping. Let's do some un. That looks about it. And Chrono or Soviets events. Any events?
Oh, let me look. Let me confer with Andrew here really quick.
There's some conferring going on. Thank you for the likes, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Where are you gonna? Well, I feel like he'd probably be good to hit that. If you can.
Yeah.
You probably do a 2 and bring up these tanks and just do a flank there. So let me. I'm going to play one event.
An event. What are you playing?
It's a surprise attack.
Those are the worst kind. Are the best.
It's
Choose
going to take
one
place-
square in which the enemy may not play any tactics. What square
Gonna
do you
be this
choose? Oh dear. In that square there, they may play no tactics. For they have been surprised. Any other events?
No events. No other events for me.
Road moves?
Yeah, but if
No.
Valor and Fortitude.
Yeah. In Valor, you would certainly have a chance. All right, so that's ops phase, and I'll take a die.
Just do your movement.
Away you go. Gasp.
These guys are coming in from the freeze here.
Mm-hmm. They are attacking, you're saying?
Yes.
Got it, thank you.
These guys are also attacking.
Mm-hmm. Any others?
Not from my. Well, let me look at this. Yeah, might as well do this. We're gonna throw these guys in here.
Oh dear. I'm gonna turn them so they're facing the right way, but of course they are tipped.
And I'll let him do his movements.
Andrew?
All right, I'm gonna go.
If you want to get the flank, you should go 1, 2, like that. And hit him from that direction, and then bring this guy up from down here, like that.
I can't do that with these guys because they can only move one.
It would matter
No, the-
because it wouldn't matter. This guy's going to throw a second. Oh, this guy's going to throw a second sock.
Right, but these guys have only 1 sock though, coming from this direction. So they would get it.
Oh, yeah, at least one. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But T-34 can move 2. So
So I need to leave one in this hex because I can only throw 3 in there, right?
Right.
right. And those guys can
These
go here.
guys.
They can move 1, so they can move up. Well, you can move 1 here, or you could move them both up this way.
Do tipped units throw Zoc?
They do.
Yes.
Okay, then that T-34 is moving through 2. Oh, so these guys only move through 1 here.
Yeah, these guys are going through 1 from this direction.
And the rule is that at least 1 has to come from 2 different It has to come from 2 different directions, and that one of those has to have only crossed 1 Zoc, right?
Correct. Well, the first rule is it has to be 2 non-adjacent directions.
Right.
So,
Okay.
So we can't.
so actually, this is because they're coming theoretically from this way,
Across the diagonal.
right?
Yeah.
Coming from here wouldn't count.
Right.
Just, pull back this way.
These guys are all going to be in that hex, but I can't get them in there.
Well, you can only put 3 at a time.
I think these two are coming. These two are coming from here.
Well,
right?
that's the thing, and that's so. What we should probably do here is this. That.
Here. There's some more room.
Yeah, and then this guy. There. And then this guy. Yeah, exactly. And then that guy. Yeah, you're fine because you just go over by the lines. Guys that aren't part of the party, they can be wherever.
All right.
Okay.
That's all my guys.
You want to do anything with these infantry back here? Or...
Yeah, moving forward.
You could move the Katyushas up with them, I guess, but
I can't use the Katyushas in support.
you can. But they're self-propelled, so they can move and still barrage.
They
Oh,
don't,
okay.
they don't tip.
Artillery that is towed artillery is the one that tips when they move.
Mhm.
So most artillery on this board is
That's
towed.
everything I got.
All right.
Okay,
Which fights
start
first?
let's start with this one.
I'm sorry, which one? The big one?
Let's start with the tank, the big tank.
All right. This is an armor battle. Yay! Armor battles are settled out. Obviously, the lead here will be the Jagdpanzer with its armor of 4. What is the lead unit for the Russians? You have 3 choices, and all of them are going to lose, I think. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to be this one because he's fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do have a tank disadvantage. You have an armor advantage on the half of the Jagdpanzer. So whoever it is that takes the damage, if the Germans are able to inflict so much as a point, these T-34 will take an extra hit. That's probably the last of the good news for our dear German friends. 4, 7, 10. This is 10 versus 2. 10 to 2. All right. 10 to 2. Do you have artillery Russians?
Yep. I'm going to add the Katyushas.
14 to 2. Artillery Germans.
Nope.
Go to your tactics. See if you got any.
They have a shift. You guys have a shift up already, right? From flanking.
Yep.
Okay.
14 with a shift up against 2.
Anything you want for this?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. We're gonna not. I mean, we. Let me look and I'll figure it out. But Well, they can't play any, so we will not be bringing any.
Okay. 14-2 with an upshift for the 14. Go. Wow. 14 on a 5. 4. Yeah, that'll kill it. No damage to the Russians. Obviously, you may advance.
You might as well point him up again, just to.
Yeah, face the other way. There we go. Next.
Let's go left to right. We'll start. We'll go with.
All right, so you're coming uphill with a 3, a 5, and an 8. You're fighting against a 3.
Oh, it hips. I think it.
That's
How
why
did-
it's 3. It's halved.
Oh yeah. Burp.
So it's 8-3. However, they are defending, so it's 8-3 with a downshift on the 8. Artillery for the Russians.
I'll throw in the 76. They're organic artillery for another 2.
10-3 downshift on the 10. Artillery for the Germans.
None.
10-3 downshift on the 10. Boards, please, gentlemen.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
What you got?
Attacker.
Yeah, attacker. What'd you bring?
I brought nothing.
Joe?
I brought withdrawal.
There is no combat.
You remain tipped.
Sorry.
No problem.
There you go.
And these guys move up into the X.
Ooh, a big nasty fight. This is a big nasty fight. What do we got? Is there any pioneers in there? No.
No, I'll be able to remove the.
Yeah, so that won't happen. But you don't have to suck. You don't have to take the terrible thing.
Don't
So,
take the downshift because they've got the infantry
3,
support.
7, 11. 11 to
9.
11 to 9, yeah. 11 to 9, artillery, Russians.
You're going to throw in the 152 and the organic 93rd Guards rifle.
So it was 11 to 9. It's now 15 to 9. It's now 17 to 9. And Germans, any artillery?
No, none. We have all of our artillery is tipped.
Okay. 17 to 9. And we say go to the boards, please. So far, no shifts. Chrono, call out when you're set.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, 17 to 9. What'd you bring, Chrono?
We have flamethrowers. Attacker gets 1 shift up when attacking urban as long as 1 infantry unit is attacking.
That's an upshift. 17 with an upshift to 9. Joe, what'd you bring?
Nothing.
17 to 9. 17 has an upshift.
Yeah.
5.
Ugh. 2.
1. Got a hit. I'll give you that. We'll handle the easy one first. Who do you want to take the 1 hit, Chrono?
I'll take it on this lead infantry unit.
So 4, because the entrenchment eats the first one.
That is a saving grace, yeah.
And so what do we got? This guy's got to take. So that's 3 left.
2.
So everybody takes 1, basically.
Yep, one guy dies.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep.
And and now we've done. Everybody's taken one, so it is up to you. You can pass it
No,
out.
no, he still has to go to the freshest guy, right? Unless he.
I don't think so. I think once you've passed it out, you can kill guys. But maybe I'm wrong about that.
I always went to the freshest unit, but I might be misremembering. It has been a while.
I know you have to. I know nobody can take extras until everybody gets one. I know that for sure. Well, let me ask. What do you want to do here, Joe? Would you rather wipe out this guy, or would you just take it off this guy? Then which there'd be two twos.
I just rather wipe out the one guy.
Okay, let's see if you can do that then.
I think I'm reading on page 49. Player may not take a second step loss on a unit until all his units in combat have taken one. He may not take a third step loss on a unit until all his units in the combat have taken two.
Okay, there it is then. So it's 2 and 2. Stay or go, Joe?
Okay.
No, stay or go there.
I'll stay or go. Oh. Well, heck. I think it's like one of our last objectives, right? We have to stay.
Yeah, because the other thing about that is both his guys got to go and tip now.
Yeah.
And then we'll go with this fight.
This thingamahoo's it. 3, 6, 9. 9 to 12. Nope. 9 to 11. This is 9 to 11. The 9 has a downshift. Artillery, Russians.
We'll add our organic artillery from the 202.
11 to 11. 11 the attacker has a downshift. Joe, artillery.
No artillery.
11 to 11. Attacker has a downshift. Boards, gentlemen. Chrono, say when you're set.
I'm set.
Also set.
All right, Chrono, what'd you bring?
Nothing.
Joe?
Nothing here either.
11. The attacker has a downshift.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. That is nothing.
4.
That went terribly.
4 is 2.
Take it on the lead 2, because they're both the same.
That's a bigger win than usual. Once again, you were defeated by Andrew's die rolling, not by Chronos. The dreaded Andrew die rolling. All right. And they go back and tip.
Yep.
Another ops phase.
I think I will pay for one. Here's 2.
Okay.
Tempo.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and
This
make your
is a
moves.
game of tempo.
Oh, yes.
I don't have a lot going on here, but
Hey, Achilles. Yeah, I mean, there are certain games that I like with a square grid. I think Rommel's one of them. I have never been able to get my head or heart into the strongest, which uses it. I also think it depends on the level of the game, because this is operational. This is grand tactical to operational. I think it works better. I don't enjoy it as much up close. But you're absolutely right. Ain't nobody fussing about how far apart things are in this game.
Well, and it moves really quick.
Yep, sure does.
all right. I'll give it to you, Andrew, to do your moves, because I'm remaining mostly static in my sector at this point.
Okay, what happens if I take that Wehrmacht supply point?
The main thing is the guys become isolated.
Which means they have to pay extra for their ops phases.
Which they don't really. No, it's to move. Yeah. So it does cost them an extra ops die, but considering where they're at, it probably isn't the biggest thing in the world. It's a much bigger deal in multi-day games.
Yeah, multi-day games, you can then cut their supply off entirely, at which point everyone starts taking terrible combat maladies.
Yep.
Okay, is it a
CP?
yeah, is it a point
No.
is it a point we need to take?
No,
Oh.
we're looking at these here. or
No,
maybe
yeah, it's not a VP Loke.
Three more tank companies coming to the hamlet.
Mhm.
Him, the Stug, and then I'm bringing.
You ain't bringing no Stug.
No, you're Russian.
Not the Stug, the Su-85.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's coming to the party too.
That T-34.
Yeah.
Two T-34 companies and a Su-85
Yeah.
company.
Those
Full
people.
armor battalion.
Those people are having.
Are
a
these
bad
are they
day.
battalions supposed to be battalions?
No, these are companies.
The
Oh,
bases
they're
are
battalions.
companies.
Yeah. They represent battalions. So
I thought no, the bases are companies, but
okay, I was right. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, where did the battalion come from?
oh, I was just saying there's 3 armor companies hitting
Oh,
my
yeah.
battalion, so that's just me being a nerd. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they each have their place, and there's no doubt that. And I'm glad that Sam Mustafa was willing to experiment with a system like this. Chrono and I think, are the only two on the call that like Shaco, and that really took the
no, you mean Crossfire?
Crossfire. Yeah, I was thinking Artie Conway
Nuh-uh.
thoughts.
I love Crossfire.
Oh yeah, Andrew does too. Yeah, Andrew.
I've never played it.
Well, we got it. We got you. You cannot be an armchair dragoon for official Joe unless you have a firm, undying, permanent opinion about Crossfire. You either have
It is currently divided between people who hate it and people who like it.
Well,
think-
I do love Artie Conlif's rules.
Yep.
So
Well, this one's different. There's no disputing it.
Oh yeah, it's very different, but I enjoy it that way. So.
I do too. I think it was actually, I've called it a work of genius in rule writing, and I'll defend that. You don't have to like it, but you have to acknowledge what it is.
All right, I'm done.
You're all set? All right, I didn't mark.
Yep.
So we just get the one battle out of all this?
Just the one.
All right,
Just
well
the
then
one.
let's solve just the one. I still think our Stug is the Stug is still gonna have the highest armor value.
Yep.
Yep.
Who's got the best? Who's your lead tankety tank? Is it gonna be one of the T-34s? Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Maybe have to be.
That dude there. So again, armor advantage goes to the Germans. Let's count up our points. That's a 3, 7, 11. 11 faced off against 4, 7. 11 to 7. 11 to 7 it is. With no shifts. Right. So, artillery for the Russians.
Nope.
We're all tipped. I believe.
Artillery for the Germans.
nope, all tipped.
Great. All right. This was not a surprise attack this time. So go to your boards, please. 11 to 7. 11 to 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Attackers, what'd you bring?
We brought an airstrike.
Ooh, what does an airstrike do? Sounds exciting.
Shift up.
Okay. Did you bring anything, Joe?
Nope.
Or
No.
Robert, sorry. 11
Yeah.
to 7 with a shift up for 11. Please roll.
Make it good, Robert.
Oh, dear.
That's not good.
That's not good either.
Oh,
Well-
7 is nothing. 11 with a shift up is 2.
The Duke takes a hit, and then one of the leg infantry takes a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Are they the same? Yeah. Stay or go, Robert.
I'm staying.
I figured. Bounce, gentlemen.
Ping.
You bounce and you tip.
I do like the way he does tipping in this game. Well, I guess it's very. I like the way he represents disorganization and loss of cohesion.
Yep.
Yeah, it's simple. And, it's simple and it makes sense.
All right.
Okay.
So we have to... Gotta write
I it's complicated and it doesn't make any sense.
Now you're just being contrary.
You're being a contrarian for which you have a strong
No, I'm
reputation.
not.
There you go.
How dare you? I'm not being contrary at all.
You take that back. I'll fight any man who says so. Is that it?
That will be it.
All right, that will be it. Very good. Obviously, no wins again yet, and that takes us to the bottom half of 6. The bottom of 6. Let's have the. First thing we do here is ask the our dear friends, the Germans. You're gonna hold them or you're gonna roll them?
Roll 'em.
I think we have to roll them.
I don't dispute you, but I felt the obligation to ask. 6 dice, please.
Come on, I don't need 3 1s this time.
You got 1-1. Much better.
Yeah, I'll take those 5 dice,
Let's see,
please.
roll 1, 2, 3, 4,
That last
5.
turn was painful.
Well, actually,
Oh.
no, that actually happened to them twice. You will recall
Yeah.
that last week they caught one of those too.
Yeah.
So we do untip all your stuff. Nice and
Yeah. It's a tough way to learn the game.
Yeah, it is. Nothing like a kick in the shorts to welcome you to Rommel. So there we go. With everything untipped, I say, do you have any events you want to play?
You want any, Robert?
No, Aaron. Actually, Aaron, it's a funny thing. The people that you have on this broadcast represent the highest quotient of people who like Crossfire in the Armchair Dragoons that you're likely to find. So, because you got me, you got Andrew, you got Chrono, and Robert. Do you have an opinion yet?
On what? Crossfire?
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen it played, so
Okay.
and I haven't seen too much of it, so
Sure.
I'm gonna
You are present.
withhold.
You are as yet agnostic. So, any events from the Germans?
I don't want any, Robert, unless you want one.
I don't see anything that's going to be useful.
All right.
Okay. No
Straight up.
events.
I'm assuming no road movement. And if there is then no road movement, we will just take a die from you and say ops phase.
Yep. Let's see.
Yes, Mike, we know you don't like Crossfire. Neither does Achilles. And that's fine. You're free to be wrong about this and any number of other things.
It's a free
But
contract.
Achilles has promised to play me a Crossfire.
Oh yeah, because he's a kind gentleman. He still doesn't like the game. And the actual reason he doesn't like the game, I'm absolutely convinced of it, is because Artie Conliffe, when he wrote the rules, said, "Hey, I'm not writing a rule set for tanks. I'm just not doing it. This is about infantry and a new approach to infantry tactics." And the whole freaking rivet head world screamed, "No tanks! We have to have tanks!
In World War II game, you gotta have tanks.
Gotta have tanks!" And so Artie, I think, went into his closet one day and went, "Yeah, fine. Here's some tanks." And the rules aren't very good. They're not. And
You kind of add
Go.
on.
Hey Joe, why don't
Yeah.
you
I can't hear you.
why don't you take this guy, this guy, this guy, move them into here, and move these guys up here.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was also thinking about taking these guys and counterattacking this hill because it's a
location.
location. I mean, yeah, they can defend the location we have, or try and take one and make him split his forces, because he's got these elements here and this all ready to hit this again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. And you've got, I mean, or you can use your armor and counterattack here. If the objective is to last to turn 8, I'll trade objectives if we can.
It's up to you. If you want to try, if that's your strategy, then that.
I think you'll have more. I think you'll have more chance taking this hill than I will. So I'm going to do what you suggest, and I'm going to switch out reserves.
You want me to attack the.
Well, I'm saying if you think you can take that hill, then
Well, even if I do take the hill, then I'm leaving this one vulnerable.
yeah, but he's only got infantry over here. He's got no armor, so he can't get there in one turn.
Yeah, but he can use 2 more dice to do a second move. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And just remember,
Okay.
Those tanks are super vulnerable in that town.
That's true, they are. Okay, I'm going to switch these guys out, just like you suggested. I think that's a good idea.
Dang it, I have to write it down in my book today. Dear Diary, someone said Robert had a good idea.
No, leave
Okay.
that in the hill and move this guy.
So you're saying...
No.
Okay.
Oh, if you move that guy up there, then he's got to roll. If you roll a 6, you kill him.
Right. Oh, you're
But-
saying leave it completely undefended.
Right.
Hmm.
Abandon the forward minefield.
Well, I might agree with Jim's previous sentiment there, but okay.
Well,
But that's all right. We'll do it that way. That's
I think at this point in time, I think the mistake we've made was attacking him.
attacking him where?
When I attacked him over here, that just totally screwed us.
Oh no! Well, no. I mean, it could have went the other way. So
But it didn't.
Well,
no, it didn't.
But that's true in every war game ever played, right?
Exactly. Yep. Okay. Any other movement? Let's see. No, I don't have any other movement for my guys.
So,
I guess.
when all was said and done, did you actually attack anybody?
No,
I
we
didn't
did
think
not
that. I
attack
didn't think
anyone.
so. All right, and do you want another ops phase?
You know, we could attack here. Well, he's going to have a hill, so he's going to have a shift.
Mhm.
We could pull back. Well, he's got infantry there.
Right.
Pull him here.
What? Pull.
I'm thinking just to reinforce this when the time comes. No, let's just let it go. All right. No. Do you want a second phase, Robert?
Well, if you want to go on the offensive, then first phase these guys here, and then second phase from here and attack his Katyushas.
Yeah, but those Katyushas can move too, right?
One.
But if you kill them,
Can't. Oh, I see what you're saying. All right.
you're-
Well, I guess we could do that. Let's do that.
So that's
I
one.
feel like punching somebody in the face.
Well,
So
that's certainly that. And you want to
okay.
do a second phase?
We do.
All right. I've taken your dice.
There you go.
Anything else want to move in that second phase?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys can move over here.
Okay.
All right.
Well, the Katyusha operators were much surprised by the men of the 46th Infantry Division, who are attacking them with 8 to 1. Yeah, it's 8 to 1. Any artillery Germans?
No.
Any artillery Russians? I don't think you have any.
We don't have any available.
Go to your boards.
Okay.
We're ready.
Okay. We're ready also.
Did you play any tactics?
No.
Yes.
We played withdraw.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys didn't play pinning attack. I just can't believe you didn't play it. They pull out.
We don't.
Probably there, or maybe. Yeah, you have to go there unless you want to go south.
All right.
Okay.
There it is. Turn 7. Only 2 to go. This one and the next one. And frankly, if the what?
Ooh, just thinking about that.
Yep,
Ugh.
yep. It's actually a lot closer than you might think, because they're still that one precious one away. But that's not where we start our conversation. We start it by asking the chronologist: hold them or spend them.
We are going to reset.
Reset the board. Let me do a wipe.
Yep.
Roll 3 dice. Oh dear. Oh. Oh. Ain't that a hole in the boat?
Yep.
Well, it's about time something went our way.
Yeah, no doubt. Fair point. All right, with that, Untip, I see you doing it. Excellent. Chrono, events.
None at this time.
Road movement.
None at this time.
Op phase.
Actually, wait. Do we want to do a movement? Let me see. We'll go straight to an ops phase.
Straight to an ops phase. Thank you for offering the point. Make your moves. Thank you. Ooh, a lot of good conversation. What's up? There really isn't a clear alternative to Crossfire. Spearhead is at a much higher level. Awesome game. We've played it. CD is roughly at that same position. There really isn't. The nearest parallel is probably O Group, because I just can't recommend Flames of War.
And I like O Group.
Yeah,
I just don't like the way the rules are written.
right. We have had that conversation on many occasions, and I agree fully. So if you're looking for something that's like, well, first of all, play Crossfire, because it's good, no matter what the dummies think. I love them, but they're dummies. It's really good, and it's got a worldwide following, despite the fact that it came out 30 years ago, very nearly, which says a lot for it, parenthetically. But if I were not playing that, yeah, I would give O Group a shot. That's where I'd head. Some people do like Rapid Fire. I did not care for it. But that's probably also because I felt I had Crossfire.
I've heard good things about Battle Group, although some people don't like it. But
Yeah, Battle Group is basically Black Powder.
is it?
Yeah, it's the same rules.
No, you're thinking of
Bolt action.
Blitzkrieg Commander.
Blitzkrieg Commander. You're right. Yeah, it's Blitzkrieg Commander.
Yeah.
That's right.
Blitzkrieg
Like-
Commander is also a good game.
Mhm.
The thing you got to get over with that one is that they take the stance that there is no like you don't buy your units in formations, so you
Right.
don't like take a tank company or a tank battalion. You take individual tank, what would be in that game. You're playing on the level companies, and then you create an ad hoc group.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, and I don't know, I'm not enough of a historian, but they say that that's more like it happened on the field in World War II than, sending in a whole formation of all the
A
same.
rigid TONE.
Yeah.
Hey, that's ridiculous.
There we go. There's Robert.
So anyway,
Yeah.
that's the.
What's the deal with coming out of a swamp and attacking?
I ain't gotta look at that, the full rules, because I know you supposedly tip moving out, but I'm not sure if that happens after or before the fight.
I think it happens right away. So you're gonna have to you may want to rethink that. There we go. Yeah, units moving out of soft ground automatically tip.
Oh, let me see.
38.
Let me see. I'm looking for rules. Wise. Okay. Yep. Maybe. Good point.
Well, you don't want to do it?
You don't want to fight at half strength? Who knew?
Yeah, crazy.
Why we're doing all this, Jim? I'm having fun making parts for Fletcher Prey.
Nice. Bolt Action Achilles is the direct competitor to Chain of Command and is unworthy to unloose its sandals.
I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, no, I hate Bolt Action with the Fire of 1,000 Suns. It is a competitive built game that uses points for that reason.
Yeah. Not my favorite game either.
No, it's a rare game where if I was walking through a con and said, "Hey Jim, we got an empty seat. You want to come over and play?" My answer would be no.
I'd rather have a long, slow root canal.
Yeah. No, I'd rather just go get a sandwich. Honestly, it's like I will happily not eat for hours on end and play games. Bolt Action is trash, Turk. It is stone cold trash.
That's the amazing part. It's been so long since I've been to a convention, but I remember going to conventions like, I'd be at Little Wars. And speaking of Fletcher Pratt, we play a 12 to 14 hour game of Fletcher Pratt.
Nice.
Only thing I'd be doing was having something to drink.
There you go. Okay, this gigantic pile of tanks. Tank pile! All right.
Yeah, those Su-85s aren't in this fight.
Okay.
Yeah, he's bringing out some of his motor rifle infantry.
I got a flank for that, right?
No, yes, you'd have to be.
You're adjacent.
You'd
have to be coming from here.
Or you could move, since you have a 2 move, you could go 1, 2, and that would do it too.
Yep.
So you want to get the flank, you'd have to move the T-34s here and then attack like that.
Any game where they're telling me I have to buy points so that I can get the super special MP40 of death for my commander is garbage. You just look up the point systems. They wanted to make a 40. They wanted to make a bridge for people who play 40K into World War II. I have no need of it. I wish you well.
Yeah. It's been pretty successful at that, though.
I think good day, sir.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt that it has, and hopefully it lets people eventually get to grown-up games.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah, I just don't. I've tried to use their supplements. Their supplements are trash. Because they don't use historical formations. They use a point-based formation. So they don't translate.
Yeah.
God, that's annoying.
I think that's it on our side.
Okay, so just one? Just the one?
Just the one.
All right. Rock and roll. The man got himself a flank, I see. Coming on in with a 4. Well, obviously, again, armor advantage here. Right? Yeah. Armor advantage for the Stug. It's got that going for it. Hiding there in that little village. That, by the way, that village don't like either of you, okay? Just for the record, neither Germans nor Soviets are liked.
At this point, what village?
Fair. 8, 12. 12 coming in after. 2,
9.
3, 3, 6,
No,
9?
it's not 9.
No, 3,
No,
5,
not 9.
5, 8.
8.
8. So, 12 to 8? Yeah.
Yep.
12 to 8 with a downshift for the 8. 12 to 8 with a downshift for the 8. Artillery Germans. Oh, sorry, artillery Russians. I apologize. They're the attackers. Artillery Russians.
I'll throw in the army artillery.
12 to 8, making it a 16 to 8. Downshift to the defenders. Any artillery Germans.
Oh, you, Robert.
Well, if I use it now, my turn is going to that's the only attack, right?
Right now, yeah.
So I'll throw them both in then.
They're both core, yeah. So it's 12 to 11. 12 to 14. 12 to 14. Downshift the 14. Gentlemen, go to your boards.
Wait.
8 plus 6.
I don't get my Katyshas.
You didn't say you wanted them.
I'm
I
sorry,
said
don't want my
I said what
Katyshas.
artillery do you want? Nobody said nothing other than
I'm
Chronos saying
sorry.
you want your Katyushas?
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
So you got your Katyushas.
12.
So now it's 15 to 14. Go to your boards.
Wait, is it? No, because it is 4, 4. It is 4, 4, 4. It's 12. That's the bad. These are both 4s. Both these artillery units are 4.
What's I looking at? All right. 12 plus
16.
20? Yeah.
20. It's going to be 20.
20 to 14. 20 to 14. Downshift on the 14. Go to the boards.
Oh,
Huh. All right. Anyway. Hey, Matt. Well, Jeff Russ, that means your club is also right.
What do you think? It's not an urban. It's not urban terrain.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah, okay.
That's true.
Russians ready?
Yeah.
20 to 14 with a downshift on the 14. What are you bringing?
Mass target of the 3 defending units, double the barrage value of a single artillery unit.
Ooh.
4.
Yeah, 24 to 14, downshift the 14. 20 to 14, downshift. 24 to 14, downshift the 14. Did you do anything, Germans?
Conceal position, upshift.
So that wipes it. 24 to 14, dead even. 1d6. 2. 3. Not the win they'd hoped for, I'm sure. Let's start with 2. And actually, that will be a third hit on your lead tank. Which was that?
It was one of these two, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, either one of the T-34s.
All right, so they first take 1 for having the armor disadvantage. First time we've seen that in a while. Now we come back and say that the undinged one catches 1. And then there has to be another 1 over here. And now 3 inside the village, such as it is. The Stug is not unharmed, and so nobody is unharmed. Yeah. So we have the 2-3-2s. They've got a single.
They die, and the other 2 take a single hit.
Yep. And I'm sure that they're staying.
Yep. So.
I get them. Attackers leave in tip. Another win for the Germans. That village is quite the story.
Yep.
All right. That was it.
That'll be it for us.
Oh my goodness. No victory, obviously. Heading into the bottom of the penultimate turn. 6 or 3. 6 or 3. Joe.
I say we do 3. What do you think, Robert?
Let's see here. That.
Fireball Forward. Fireball Forward is a fun game, but it's too pocket-sized for me. It's basically Squad Leader. It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Go ahead.
But it's basically Squad Leader.
Okay. We're going to clear the board.
All right.
2, 3.
Yeah, hang on a second. I think I would have locked those, didn't I? I did. 3.
We get to keep the one that was in our ops file.
You do, but I'm going to need that die back. So roll your 3. I'll steal it.
Okay. All right, there you go. Awesome.
Untipping. Untipping is what you must do.
I think that's everybody, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you wish to play any events?
Robert, you want anything?
Yeah, about 10 more dice.
Yeah. And 6 tanks.
Well, the only thing being served right now is events. So,
yeah.
Would you like any events?
No.
Okay. All right, I don't either.
All right, given that is the case, I will swipe 1 for an op. Away you go.
Okay.
Who says we want to do that?
If you don't want to do an op, you say so.
I think we have to do an op just to work on our stuff here. See this guy. I got the best units I can in there.
Iron Cross is another game that I think is fine but unnecessary in a world where Chain of Command exists.
Is that the one from Great Escape?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a bad game, but again, Chain of Command is much better.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, there are some games that I'm like, no, it's a good game. I just don't need it, you know. Much like I really don't need another, you know, I've already got 2 beloved battalion level Napoleonic games. I really don't much need a third.
You want to play Empire 3?
I was about to say not on a bet, but actually I probably would.
This is our last turn, right?
No, there's one more after they.
Yeah,
As a
more.
practical matter, they get one more turn. If they haven't pulled it off, you guys are going to win.
I don't think we will, but I'll play through it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the board. I don't think we can pull it off, but
So
Yes.
we are on the 7th turn.
Yeah. You're at the
Okay.
bottom. I got my marker right here.
That's what I'm saying. There's no, I don't see any reason to spend an op die because there's nothing needs to move. They're going to take this one next turn, which gives them 3. This is the only one that matters.
Right. You know what I might do? Maybe it would make them fight for this right here.
Make them fight for what?
Well, like in a game where you can do multiple movements, if we put road stops in,
Yeah.
then you know, I guess it doesn't matter in this case because they've got an attacking force up here too. Okay. I don't know. First time playing this game, it's kind of hard to know.
Well, that's like I said at the end of last week that Chrono actually should have been on the defensive on the defensive because defensive is, for me, is harder in this game.
All right, I think we're okay. I mean, I moved these guys because I want them blocking. So, yeah.
that may have cost you 2 off. I think those guys are isolated.
What, these guys?
Yeah, because they can't trace a line back to the supply point that's not clear of enemy Zoc.
Oh.
Yes.
Then there's this. This is an inside enemy Zoc, right? Unless I'm misinterpreting.
No, it is. I mean,
It's been a while. I may be misremembering. Let me double check.
Everything over here is
Yeah.
isolated.
if that's the rule, then everything over here is isolated.
Let me see. Looking at page 27.
Okay.
So you can trace a line. You can trace your line through enemy Zoc if there was a friendly unit sitting in that, but then this would not count because there's no friendly unit there.
Right.
Same here. So he does count as isolated. So it'd be 2 ops to move him. To do the phase if you're going to move him.
No, we're not going to do that then. All right. So Jim, no moves. Okay. Done with moving.
Yeah.
You still with us?
So that's it. That no combat. Sorry about that. I was on mute. With no ops, no combat. I gave you your dice back, so you have them. You have your correct number right there.
Yep.
And Chrono, keep them or wipe them. I imagine it's going to be keep them. Yeah.
We're gonna keep them. See how we do. Got 6,
All
and they're gonna need
6.
them. Gonna need them.
Giving them.
No events.
Untipping.
Well, maybe. Let's do one event. We're gonna surprise attack.
Who is forbidden?
It's gonna be these guys.
Russians untip. I'm looking. I see. I think I got them all. Won't that be fun? Here. Okay, so you have spent your die. I see you have. Excellent.
And then there's my ops for the tactical phase.
All right. And you have paid an op. Excellent. Thank you. Andrew, Chrono, ops phase, move.
Bonk.
Is there any way I can get a flank on him?
If you come in from here, or in from here, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna come in from both.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what do I do over here? And oop. Yeah, I think that's all my movement.
Andrew, you're done?
Yeah.
All right, which one you want first?
Let's
Chrono.
start with this one.
Okay, here they come. Obviously, support, that's a 3. Who's the third one, Chrono?
Oh, there's 1, 2.
Okay, it's that guy.
3.
I just didn't know who it was.
That should be a flank.
I saw other guys. Is it?
They're
I think
not.
it is. I think it is. Yes. Okay, so 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 with an upshift. 11 with an upshift. Against
12.
12. 11 to 12. The 11 carries an upshift.
I'm throwing in the 152 and the organic 76, which should give me additional 6.
4.
Is this a built-up area? Is
Yes,
this a
it is.
town?
It is.
So that gives us a shift, right?
It does not, because he has this infantry support tank.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's what that does.
Makes sense. All right.
So that's 13, 17. 17 to 12. German artillery.
17 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the 105s.
17 to 15. 17 to 15. The 15 is downshifted. Go to your boards, please. Oh, that's a surprise attack, so we know that the Germans can do nothing. What will you do, Russians?
I'm thinking. Well, I mean, 17 with an upshift right now. We're not going to throw anything at it right at this point.
Okay. 17 with an upshift versus 15 straight even. Go.
Ah, dang. How many you?
2.
4.
3. So that's 3 versus
There's 3.
Versus 3. 3 to 3. So, counting the costs. Anybody whole with these Russians? Tank is not.
These two over here.
So
these
he
two over
takes
here should
1.
be.
So everybody's going to take 1.
Yeah.
Dumb question, but Germans stay or go.
Oh, we're holding.
Figured. Germans bounce and tip. Russians bounce and tip, I'm sorry. And now, we do have to account for the 3 hits in here.
Yep, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So 1 on each,
Got
I
it.
guess.
Mm-hmm. It's a solid win for the Germans there, I'll say. Okay. Down here, how about this one? Ooh. Once again, those Stugs, despite the fact that they're bleeding oil all over the place, they're still winning the armor fight. So if they are managed to do any damage whatsoever, there will be a bonus point of damage done to the Soviets. They come in with a 3. They come in with a 6. They come in with 10. 10 with an upshift. 10 with an upshift. The Stug answers with a 2. 10 to 4. 10-4, good buddy. 10 with an upshift. Soviet artillery.
Like a two says.
14 to 4. 14 has an upshift. German artillery.
The only thing you've got is the Vespe.
Yeah, I know. No.
Okay.
No is the answer. 14 to 4. 14 on the upshift. Go to your tables, gentlemen, please.
Are we allowed to do that?
No, we've already put something on it.
Oh.
I can do that. I could do.
Yeah, that'll work.
Or I could do that. Either one of these. Well, let's do that one.
Okay.
All right, Soviets, anything?
We are using reserve artillery. Tiger gets a shift up.
So that's 2 shifts. 14 to 4, 2 upshifts. How about you, Germans?
Nothing.
14 to 4. 14 has 2 upshifts.
Good roll.
That's a hit.
So that'll be 2 hits.
4. That should be a kill. I think there's only 3 hits sitting in there. There's only 2 hits sitting in there. So that is a kill. I got to give the... is there either of these fresh? Nope. Which one do you want to... So one of these 2 tanks takes a bonus hit. Andrew?
Okay. Make it the
How many hits? 2?
Yeah, it's only 2. So he takes 1, and then this guy's got to take another. It's either the tank or the infantry at that point, Andrew.
Make it the
yeah,
infantry.
it's got. I'm sorry, it's got to be the infantry because the infantry is fresh.
Yeah.
Yep. And I can, of course, drive on in.
Oh, wait a second. I did 2 hits or 1?
You did 1 hit.
One
Okay.
hit, but you get an additional hit
Yep.
for
The armor.
the
Yeah.
armor.
I thought I heard 2. I'm sorry.
You did. I said 2. I had said 2 because I was adding the armor hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And now I ask the wildly stupid question: Germans or Russians? You want to go again?
We didn't do that. We didn't do that fight yet.
Oh, okay. Here I am removing a thing. I love battles. Why would I take that away? Goodness gracious me.
This is gonna be a flank.
2.
Uh,
Yeah, so that'll wash your down. Oh, that'll wash. Oh, you'll both. They get a. They get it. Yeah, that'll wash their upshift.
Wait, I thought you couldn't. Did you come from adjacent? Where did you come from?
here and here.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
All right, so 2,
2.
5, 8, 8. I just want to look at this real quick. Yeah, so you get an 8 with an upshift, but you lose it because you're attacking the mountain. So it takes care of your negative.
Straight 8. It's just gonna be a straight 8.
Yeah, it's gonna straight 8 versus
7.
2, 4, 7. 8 to 7. Soviet artillery.
I'll throw in there 202. So 10.
10 to 7. German artillery.
No, none.
Okay. 10 to 7. 10 to 7. Go to your boards.
Quick question. 1, 2, 3. If the Nebelwerfers support them,
They
it's
can't.
a down.
They can't. Rockets may only be used on the attack.
Oh, I thought they
And
could.
they're from a different element as well. So
That was my question actually. Anyway, so
They're out of range in
no, they're not.
They're only range 3.
Oh,
the barrage value's 5. They're very powerful.
Yeah.
They're not where they need
Yeah,
to be.
we made the mistake in not moving them.
Yep.
that's okay.
So we should have spent one of our dice just to move them. But anyway, that's
Well, it wouldn't have
water
mattered this time because you couldn't have used them anyway. You can't use them on the defense, and as Chrono correctly pointed out, they're also
True.
from different division. So
True.
10 to 7? 10 to 7?
Looks that way with
10 to 7 with
straight up.
Yeah, 10 to 7 straight up. Ooh dear. Not bad. 1.
4.
1. 1 each. Who's fresh?
There's one guy in here. Nobody's fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got to take a hit. And who takes yours, Chrono?
This dude.
I can't believe you're not staying. Correct?
Correct. We shall stand.
Yeah.
So, despite my peremptory early comment, Chrono, do you wish another ops phase?
I'll try it. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. All right, dice are taken.
Let's see.
That's you two.
Okay.
That is you two, Andrew, should you wish. I have that question in my notes, Achilles. I have that question in my notes. Oh my God, Jeff. You are not a proper wargamer if you don't have at least 20... I think the number is 20. 20 sets of rules you have never played.
That's true. That's about all I can do at this point. So this is. I don't think it's gonna work, but
This is the game right here, basically?
yeah, I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll see.
All right, we'll give it a shot. Here it goes. So you're coming in with these boys, and I'm assuming you're going to call a flank here?
No, this is these two.
Oh,
They're
no
coming.
flank. Oh, that's right. You had to tip those guys. Yeah. So it's 3, 6, plus who?
That's it.
Oh.
Plus their artillery here.
Okay, so it's just a total of 6. And then
Yeah,
the infantry have 8. Yeah. So it's 6 to 8. And the artillery says what?
I know 2, so I give 8
to 8.
over.
8 to
they
8.
They should have 9.
We have 9.
3.
Oh, they're 3-3-3. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's 8 to 9. No shifts that I can see. Any artillery for the Germans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Vespa.
Oh, the Vespa speaks. Yep.
Yep.
So that's 8 to 12.
I have a downshift currently because of the terrain.
Oh, yes, you do. 8 to 12 with a downshift for the 8. 8 to 12, downshift for the 8. Go to your boards.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Anything?
Flamethrowers.
No, too late. Did you call it or no? We're going.
Flamethrowers.
Okay, what's that do?
Shift up, so it negates the downshift.
Okay. So 8 to 12. Did you do anything, Joe?
Yeah, attacker's broken up.
All right. Defender's Barrage causes 1 attacking unit to retreat before combat. Pick 1, Chrono.
Ooh. It's gonna be 5. With 5 straight. I don't think he's gonna do anything, but we'll see.
So anyway, 5 to 12?
Yep.
5 to 12.
Oh, nope, that's it.
Yep.
5.
Congratulations to the Germans. My goodness. I thought the Soviets had this, but let me ask the question Achille is asking. What are these guys doing?
Which ones are you talking about?
These guys.
I mean, if they moved up, they would have been a very, very, very bad disadvantage trying to take this hill.
Yeah.
All right. I see that. Okay. That was his question. And I was asking it too, but I was trying to keep up with everything.
Now, the other thing, now that the game's over, why these guys weren't using the attack over here?
Yeah, you didn't use the recon.
I think that's probably a new player.
That could be. I was almost going to call it out, but I felt it would have been a bit too much.
The recon?
Yeah.
What's
Recon
that do?
allows you to attack first.
Oh.
On a 4 or greater on the die.
Yeah, if you roll a 4 or better.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's partially on me.
Nonetheless, this was a. I'm surprised. I'm seriously surprised. I thought that the Germans were going to get steamrolled. I will tell you the whole truth. I built a whole other scenario because I thought the Germans were going to get steamrolled so quickly that we would start a whole nother game.
No, I think they did a good job of shifting the reserves around.
Yep.
To make my life much harder.
And interestingly enough, despite the fact that by and large the momentum dice were good to you and cruel to the Germans, you had one momentum roll that was very bad.
Yes.
That three where you only got 1. And that was at a bad time for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Game is a lot about tempo, about operational tempo, makes you think about when do I try and pause, when do I try and push in my luck a little bit more.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot to unpack about this rule set, even as simple as it is. I think that there's I'm not saying this because it's a gridded board, but I really feel it's a lot like chess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? In that the things do simple the pieces do simple moves, but chess is a game of tempo also. So, I think that there's a lot of that going on. I also think that I'm not so sure that doesn't being out of supply confer a negative in combat?
Only on multi-day games.
Yep.
So you're only out of supply on day 2.
Take a look here. You're actually vulnerable when you're low on supply.
Before you're out of supply, you're just isolated, which is...
You cannot be out of supply on a single day game.
Okay. All right.
The rules kind of assume that you have enough fuel and ammo to do a day of fighting without having to go back and ask her, give Com for more.
The only thing I wish I would have done maybe differently was put some more infantry here, so that Robert didn't feel like he needed to tie up 2 panzer companies defending this town.
Yeah, but those Panthers showing up made me. I was getting ready to get those guys again, and the Panthers showed up. I was like, this is probably not going to work out that well.
Oh no, they definitely pushed you away. But because there's not enough infantry over here, he kept them here instead of pushing them in this direction.
It does sound like German, like we're German army.
To answer the question that's being asked in the chat, we've had a couple new players. Well, I'll say my opinion and then I'll let them talk. I think Rommel is a very good game. It's a lot of fun. It's straightforward. It does what it does. It is a board game with miniatures, and that's perfectly fine. I think that's terrific. And I like this level of abstraction for this level of combat. So I give it a thumbs up. We're being asked. So, gentlemen, what do you think of it?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up from Andrew.
I enjoy it. Need more practice. Because like Joe said, it's like chess. The moves are simple, but it's what you do with the moves. I really was kicking myself after I did the attack over here.
Sure.
That why I attacked, why I didn't put everything like in the middle, and then figure out where the Russians were going, and then move to block.
Yes.
Because if I wouldn't have done that attack, I might have held this point.
Chrono and Joe.
I mean, my opinion. I enjoy the game. I think it plays very well. I think it is a very simple rule set, but it does things very interestingly that I enjoy. Like, there's always that risk of, like, when you go into an attack that, if you don't, it's actually very high risk unless you're very confident of wiping the enemy out or forcing them into retreat. Then the attacker gets bounced and they're suddenly vulnerable to a counterattack.
And along those lines, the ops board is very seductive.
Yes,
because
you never have enough dice.
You sit there with, when you get to that phase, and it tends to come when you're sitting there with 8 ops dice, and you're like, oh, I can do all the terrible things to them, and the next thing you know, you're out of dice.
You're like, oh wait, I need those.
I needed those a turn later, Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I like it. On first play, I like it. Mm-hmm. I've already said my bit about what it feels like, so sure. I won't repeat myself. But I do think I feel like there's a couple very elegant rules choices in the game. And I think the tipping's one of them. I think when you said it earlier tonight about how tipping shows disorganization on a large scale, when you're like I don't know, what level would we be? We'd be a general at this point? We're talking pushing around most of divisions or something?
Yeah, we're looking at basically division level actions.
Yeah. Then, that's all you care about. So, can my guys go in and fight at full strength or can't they? So, yeah, I like that. And I really think the thing that makes this game fun for me is the ops board, and not just the ops board, but it's the bluffing part of the ops board.
Yes.
I can see where you're playing this game and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to do something here, I'm going to do something there, and then you come up and, you don't do anything, or you overemphasize. Like, it really made me feel that in this last turn, because, clearing the board was the right idea, because that allowed us to have all this flexibility with ops, on to hold this,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all we had to hold for the
Yeah.
scenario. So yeah, I'm all for this game. I'd like to see other games take this board concept with these like paying for these special things that you can do. I'd like to see it.
It's very interesting to me. Greg Wegman criticized that part of it because he said it was basically Sam trying to inject flavor into a flavorless game. And I said, I disagree.
Yeah.
I actually think it's his way of, like you said, Joe, it's a game of bluff and counter bluff.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree with Greg a lot on that because I feel like the ops board is the heart of the game in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you take away the ops board, then it's like,
Well, yeah, it becomes a rarefied version of Milton Bradley's Tank Attack.
yeah, it's because, and I think part of it also is because the ops file does in a way in a very interesting way. In a way it does represent the idea of an attack during a day culminating at a certain point where the higher level just don't have the resources to support an attack and they have to take operational pause or a tactical pause, which is the whole reset thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a neat way to do it.
Nice.
And it's not even about the flavor necessarily, because the national boards are slightly different in a lot of ways, but a lot of it does the same kind of thing.
Yep.
So it's not even really about flavor. It's about, hey, these are what's available to you, and you have to make choices.
To me, and it's very what do I want to say? It's the opposite of granular. What's the word I'm looking for? It is somewhat generic, but
Yes,
I like the fact that you can watch the tanks change as the boards go through the war.
Yeah.
The late war tanks are not the same as the early war. And I don't even just mean like a Panzer III versus a Panzer V. I mean the Panzer IV changes.
yeah,
Right.
And that's pretty cool.
And we're not really talking about individual types of tank here. We're talking about formations.
Of course.
Yeah.
it's
So-
sort of generalized across the formation. So
Yeah. So, the other thing that strikes me is that there's this, it's probably a concept in a lot of different things, but I know it from role-playing games. Is that there's a concept called false complexity.
Sure.
Okay. I think a lot of miniatures games bank on false complexity.
Absolutely.
They put a bunch of rules in and a lot of counter rules and a lot of special rules and stuff just to make you feel like you're playing more than what you are. And I think that this game, it seems to me, and I don't know Sam Mustafa's mind, but it seems to me that he's actually directly speaking against that.
I think
He's saying,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
this is a simple game, and even the ops board in its concept is simple, right? So it's a simple game, but because it's a simple game, it creates complex. It's a well-designed, simple game that creates complex decisions. Instead of it being an overly complex game that really doesn't create any more complex decisions. Does that make sense?
It does. I had a trauma. I'm going to get myself in even more trouble because I've already trashed Bolt Action tonight. Chrono and OJ played a game of War and Peace, the new board game implementation on my computer. I played War and Peace like a crazy person when it came out. My rules are shot for the original Avalon Hill game, I promise you. And watching OJ and Chrono play that, and watching the computer handle all the modifiers, all the the intricacies of the Chrome in seconds,
Mm-hmm.
made me go, "Oh my God, this is a simple game." This game is shockingly simple, and in some respects, what made it seem deep, involved, representational, was a measure of false complexity.
Yeah.
Which is why I will not play a board game squad level game. I'm just going to play a computer game.
We're looking at tactics.
Tractics. There you go.
Yeah, I think that's something Sam
I like the new tractors.
especially in like his later games is something he really tries to get to. I think he's inside his interviews is like you cut stuff down. There's a temptation mostly from a lot. Usually sometimes he says from players or play testers like, oh, I want to add this, I want to add this, I want to add this, I want this special thing. And for him as a designer, I think he's commented is like at a certain point you just need to cut it. You need to cut and cut and cut and cut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less is more.
And I think it works well. So that was a great conversation for the benefit. Oh, geez. Yeah. And so for Red Ouroboros, I would say you went 5 for 5. People here I think Achilles liked it when he's played it, so I'd say 6 for 6. So a lot of folks like Rommel. Speaking of which, just because we're about to head out, and just because I want to prove that I actually did it, yeah, guess what we're gonna do next week?
Is it more Rommel?
It's more Rommel. Check it
out.
out.
Oh my god!
But this one has a river.
This one has a river, not just any river. It's the Mias.
This is a river crossing.
This is a river. This is the Mias River breakthrough for Rommel. So with all the new terrain laid out, and all sorts of fun troops and all sorts of fun tanks to play with, and this is
this mid-war?
This is, as you will see, mid-war.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I like. Wait, these T-34s have R value 3.
There you go. See,
the other thing that the Russians have a lot of that was really giving us fits is they have a ton of artillery.
Yes, they do, and they did, right?
Yeah, they did. You're right.
And I got. Would you want the good news or the bad news?
I don't know.
Want to drift over here at their artillery camp?
Oh no, I've already counted it.
Yeah, it's including the new ones are these Su-76s.
Well, those are more close combat.
Yeah, those are up in front. But yeah, they brought the 76s, they brought the Katyushas.
They're TDs. They're
they're actually tank destroyers. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they're more like I think they end up more as assault guns just because they're throwing HE a lot of the time. But yeah, they get used as TDs, even though they're really more like a 4-man Stug.
So we're gonna, and everybody's on the board, so we're not even waiting for reinforcements. So this will be the fun next week. Tomorrow, Achilles and the Command Tent are going back to World War II for Chain of Command. Yes, they are. We got Achilles back with us, and we're gonna go back to 29. Let's go, 29. Let's go and see if Achilles can finish his headway against the Command Tent. So there it is, and of course. Saturday, don't miss it, Leipzig Part 5. Part 5, which will begin with the incredibly exciting, you will not want to miss it, overnight redeployment phase.
Ooh, ah.
Yeah, exactly. You will laugh at the logistical arrangements. You will cheer as they attempt to reload their cannon. You'll be paying for an entire seat, but you'll only need the edge.
That's funny.
So, happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps and all the Marines that served. I'm looking at you, Andrew.
Thank you.
And bless you for it. And so, like I say, a week from tomorrow night is Chain of Command. Saturday is Leipzig, and a week from tonight we're going back to Rommel. So. Lots of great games to play. Thanks to all who watched. Thanks to all who played. Until we meet again, please take care of yourselves and one another. We will talk soon. Pause.
Good night.